Hi, friends. I'm here to read to you another Greek myth today. It's called Why Spiders Spin, a Story of Arachne. And if you remember, the ancient Greeks told stories to explain things from nature. They tried to explain why things happened. It was before the science came along, and this is how they tried to describe the world. So let's think about what this myth was trying to describe. Why spiders spin. That's a hint. Long, long ago, in Greece, lived a young peasant girl named Arachne. Her humble family bowed low to honor the gods of Olympus. But Arachne would bow to no one, for she knew she was special in one amazing way. I don't know if the gods are going to like someone acting like that. Arachne was the finest weaver in the land. People traveled far and wide to see her dazzling work. See the superb colors, feel the silky threads. How real her pictures look, they always said. One day, a tired old woman stopped, surprised at the great beauty of the weavings. What a gift you have, a gift so great. It could only come from the gods, she said. Old woman, my gift is my own, answered Arachne. I owe thanks to no one. Not even the goddess Athena can weave as well as I do. The old woman's hand twitched on her cane as she raised a twisted finger at Arachne. Then she spoke in a low, cold voice. Listen, child, mind your tongue, she said. You will never match the gods, for you are only human. Then let Athena come and see my weavings for herself, said Arachne. At these words, lightning flashed and the earth shook. Ragged clothes became golden armor, and the bent cane became a spear of war. The old woman had turned into the goddess Athena right before Arachne's eyes. But still, the girl was not afraid. Remember, Athena is the goddess of war and wisdom. Foolish, stupid girl, roared Athena. How dare you compare yourself to a goddess? I challenge you to a contest. In 1 week I will return. Then we will see who weaves the better picture. Dreaming of victory, Athena returned home to Mount Olympus. In 7 days I will show Arachne that no one weaves better than I, laughed the goddess. There's Athena talking to old Zeus and Hermes. Now Arachne prepared for the contest. She rose with the sun to find shepherds with the best flocks of sheep. Arachne would use only the finest wool for her contest with Athena. After shepherds cut the wool, Arachne washed it 7 times in fresh spring water. Then she pulled it through fine combs until the wool looked like soft white clouds. She's getting ready for battle. Next, Arachne twisted the wool into yarn with her fingers. Little by little, thread as fine as silk wound around the spindle. Arachne filled tubs with water to prepare her dyes. She lit a fire beneath each one. Into the boiling water she set brown walnuts, green moss, red leaves, fine spices, and vinegars. Arachne mixed wonderful colors of brown, green, red, orange, yellow, blue, and purple. Then she washed her woolen yarns in the dye pots and placed them in the sun to dry. On the day before Athena's return, Arachne set up her loom. She dressed it with rainbows of threads, from the deepest purples to the rosiest reds. On the day of the contest, the goddess Athena appeared with her magical loom. In seconds, it also glowed with a rainbow of colorful threads. Let the contest begin, Athena proclaimed. Athena began by weaving a picture of the 12 great gods of Olympus. She showed her father, the mighty Zeus, with his thunderbolts. There were Hera, wife of Zeus, and Demeter, goddess of the harvest. Poseidon, god of the sea, looked out with his flowing waves of hair. I can tell tales of gods too, thought Arachne. She began to weave a tale about the god Zeus, but she did not show him as a powerful god. Instead, she showed the great Zeus changing forms to play silly tricks on ordinary people. Meanwhile, Athena pictured herself giving humans the gift of a wonderful olive tree. It gave fruit to eat, oil for cooking, and wood to burn for light and heat. Arachne wove pictures of Zeus in many forms. She showed him as a swan, an eagle, and a spotted snake. How foolish is this god Zeus, Arachne thought as she wove her fine yarns. To frame her pictures, Athena wove a border of olive leaves, the sign of peace and her gift to humans. Then she stood back and smiled at her handiwork. To frame her pictures, Arachne wove a border of flowers so lifelike that people could almost smell the perfume. Arachne stood back knowing her weaving was as handsome as Athena's. Athena, it's true, isn't it? Asked Arachne. I do weave as well as you do. Athena stared, surprised at the girl's perfect weaving. But seeing that Arachne had made fun of her father Zeus, Athena felt anger rise. In a rage, Athena struck the peasant girl's work. She tore the woven threads until they hung like a tired web around the loom. Foolish child, screamed Athena, since you like to spin so much, you will spin. Twisting open a bottle of magic water, Athena splashed the poor peasant girl. In a flash, Arachne's head and body grew small, her hair fell out, and her belly grew fat. Her arms grew longer and longer until at last... Arachne stood before the goddess Athena not as a peasant girl, but as a spider with 8 long spindly arms. For daring you to think you were equal to the gods, Athena cried, you will spin forever and weave a lonely web. Frightened, Arachne returned home and climbed up to the roof, hiding herself. There in a dark corner, she began once more to spin a thread. Using the rafters as her loom, Arachne wove an airy web, strong enough to catch an insect, but light enough to blow in the wind. Arachne's web caught the sunlight with dazzling beauty. From that day on, people admired the spider's weaving, and to honor the young girl who spun threads as fine as silk, the spider keeps its ancient Greek name, Arachnid. So spiders are still called arachnids. So that's an allusion that we have to Greek mythology. So this myth was attempting to explain why spiders weave webs so beautifully.